Hey guys, what's going on? Quick editor's note here before we start the video. This is actually a 6-month-old video. I started it when the whole coronavirus pandemic happened. I tried to get some new editing software, get some footage in, react to some stuff. I actually ended up downloading an illegitimate version of Windows Movie Maker because I'm a moron, and so the quality of the video itself is not that great, but I still put about 30 hours worth of work into it. So I wanted to give you guys some products, some video, and promise you that it will be better in the coming weeks. I'll be making some more videos, but enjoy for now. Thanks, guys. Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be reacting to a video of the page The Modern Goalkeeping Exposed.
Click on Zombie Apocalypse.
Alright guys, so real quick, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Macklin Robinson. I'm a professional goalkeeper. I'm 26 years old. I've been playing soccer since I was 4, so that's 22 years of soccer. I've been a professional for 6 of those years.
Get back across. Robinson with a huge save right there.
That's an unbelievable save from Robinson.
Wow. Bolton down near the end line, back across, and another save from Robinson. How do you do, number 1?
And in that time, I've had the privilege to play against all the way to the very, very top, the English Premier League, down to the very, very bottom of rec indoor soccer league. I've experienced it all. I don't want to say I'm an expert on everything, but I do have a great deal of knowledge that I've always loved to share with everybody. And hopefully I can impart some of that wisdom here today. So let's get on to the video. So this video was sent to me by a couple of my followers, and it's done by another social media goalkeeper. His name is GOLUREMI. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Great content, more goalkeeper stuff. I think he knows what he's doing. He's got some good experience and does some great videos for young goalkeepers as well as older goalkeepers. He's got some entertaining stuff. This one is his biggest hit. It's got almost 500,000 views. So we're gonna check this out and see what he has to say. All right, let's get started.
Hey guys, it's your boy Mike from Modern Goalkeeping. Today I'm going to show you guys how real pros train. Let's get it!
That's no joke. Like, we work like professionals. It goes beyond that professional level. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's good, guys? Tyler back, GK GOLUREMI. So that video you just saw was a clip that I posted on Instagram about a week ago, and it's just poking a little bit of fun at modern goalkeeping, and people had a lot to say about it. So I'm sure a lot of you are asking, who is modern goalkeeping? And just simply put, modern goalkeeping, also known as Michael Bolvin, is one of the biggest goalkeeping social media influencers. And your second question is probably, well, why do so many people seem to hate this guy? And the answer to that question is a little bit more complicated, unless you ask Mike, of course, and it's as simple as, well, they're all just haters. But in this video, I'm going to be going over why the vast majority of the goalkeeping community agrees with me that nobody should be watching modern goalkeeping.
Okay, so I didn't really know what to expect going into this, but this is clearly like a trashing video. I had no idea that the goalkeeper community had this kind of beef going on. So that makes me laugh. It's just I don't know. It's funny. Like I said, I'm not a big social media guy, so this is entertaining. I'm curious. Let's see what else he has to say.
The most obvious reason that so many experienced goalkeepers don't take Mike seriously at all is his training style and how he portrays goalkeeper training. I mean, this guy's drills are just all over the place. It's obviously pretty much all for camera. I mean, this guy's like jumping over trash cans, doing somersaults. I'm sure if he could do a flip, he'd be doing flips in half of his videos. He's doing a bunch of drills that just aren't replicating any game situations in the slightest. I know there's one that he loves where he just has a ball get megged through his legs, run back to the goal line to slide tackle it or use his hands to clear it off the goal line. Just it's situations that never occur in games, and you're not getting anything out of it. It seems like 90% of his content is reactions, diving, and side volleys, which in the grand scheme of goalkeeping is a very small percentage of what you actually do in game situations.
I mean, that's a good point. I was going to say, that's what social media is for, is, kind of take the spectacular and put it up there. But I definitely see how, that can lead to, especially if you're a leader, in terms in which this guy is. You're a leader in terms of goalkeeping. A lot of young kids will look up to you. And, if you're not necessarily doing things the right way all the time, I can see where that gets mistranslated. At the same time, the only social media post that I post for goalkeeping, it's not me missing a ball and like maybe I'm learning something well with the technique or whatever. It's always some upper 90 save or double save or some ESPN top 10 highlight. It's give and take. You got to be smart about it. So.
But his go-to drills is anything setting up a top corner save that's premeditated. He'll pretty much just have someone waiting to toss the ball lightly to him, and he just dives and flies through the air and catches the ball and acts like it's some crazy save. And it's very easy to trick kids who aren't very knowledgeable with goalkeeping or with the position to think that these are difficult saves to be pulling off, which is even evident in the video I posted as a joke where some kid's still commenting, oh, well, that's still a good save, and it's not. If someone throws that ball in that same spot, I'm going to make that save 100 out of 100 times, which is literally the definition of a routine save. These are not difficult, and they're more an example of athletic ability than actual goalkeeping. And the fact that Mike's following, or these kids, can't tell the difference between him doing this in training and a pro doing it in an actual game is where issues start to arise with these types of videos and the type of goalkeeping style that he promotes. And it's very evident if you go into his Instagram comments that his followers are not very knowledgeable on the position. And honestly, if you look at his comments more, it's also evident that Mike himself is not very knowledgeable on the position. And just on a post a few days ago, you can see a perfect example of Mike's ignorance with the position of goalkeeping. And it was some kid asking him what he thinks about the Danish catch, referring to Kasper Schmeichel's technique where he likes to use his forearms to pin the ball against his chest. He doesn't use a traditional W or diamond technique for these hard shots into his chest. And Mike, of course, just responds with whatever is in his mind or whatever he thinks is right without any sort of research at all. And he just says, oh, that's a one-time thing. Oh, he doesn't do that in games. How come we've never seen it before?
Okay, so this is, I'm kind of getting where he's going with this. This guy clearly is just like got an ego just about up here, which as a goalkeeper, that's not necessarily a terrible thing to have, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like this guy is actually playing for anybody. I think he's just here for the likes. So then I probably hold you to a little bit of a different standard. But as far as the Danish catch goes, I find that so funny. Bro, I'm also sure it was just once he catched like that, and great grammar, by the way, and it was filmed on camera because you never saw him catch like that before. So, little quick story, me and a lot of the professional goalkeepers I've trained with, we've always talked about the Danish catch because it's not necessarily something new. It has been around, the Danish train it a lot, and it is a technique that is useful in certain situations. Specifically, a lot of professional strikers, they can make the ball rise when they hit it, and it's part of one of their shooting techniques to try and get. So in order to adjust for that, it might be a low ball. It's actually easier to just clip your hands around like this and just receive the ball. However, it takes a lot of training. I've never been able to master it, and I would never be comfortable doing it in a game situation, not even like a competitive practice situation. It is one of those techniques where you got to train it a lot. It is difficult, but if you do it every day, like, why not? Kasper Schmeichel is an excellent goalkeeper. I'd say he's probably top 3 or top 4 in the Prem right now. So if it works, it works.
And it's just not true. And you might ask me, well, how do I know it's not true? And to answer that, I would just say I happen to have an Instagram post on Kasper Schmeichel doing this technique in a game maybe 3 weeks ago, and Casper himself actually commented on that video saying that he's been practicing this technique every.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm glad I said that then, because this is actually hilarious that Casper Schmeichel literally commented on this dude's page. But it just goes to show, like, it is one of those things where I've always said and been of the opinion that goalkeepers are very different. No one goalkeeper is the same. So you're never going to save the ball the same. I mean, everyone has their own technique. As long as you keep that ball out of the net and you're effective at your job, that's all that matters.
Day since he's 10, it's always taught in Denmark, and it's just something that the way that they teach it in Denmark. And on Mike's comment, which is 100% false, it has 20-something likes just because these kids view him as a reliable source to goalkeeping, and them constantly pumping up his ego, I guess, just makes it so that he thinks he knows everything about the position, doesn't need to look anything up, because that would have taken 2 seconds for him to go look Danish casually uses that or not. But he obviously did no research on it. He's not a student of the game. He doesn't care about actually gaining more knowledge. He's really just going after followers. And the biggest problem with this is, like I said, that all of these young kids who want to excel in the position, they want to excel in the sport, they want to go somewhere with football, with soccer, and they think that, oh, if I do what Mike does, then I'm going to be able to get to where I want to be. But it's not Mike's fault if these kids are just drawn to his flashy saves, if he just looks good on camera, it's entertaining, and that's what they want to do. Like, he's just putting up, exciting content, and it's the kid's choice if they decide to follow him or not. He's not misleading them or anything, right? Because I would agree with that a little bit if he wasn't making statements like this.
That's no joke. Like, we work like professionals. It goes beyond that professional level.
Personally, I have no idea what beyond professional level even means. I'm not even going to try to unpack.
I mean, beyond professional, must be better than me. I don't know. Guess doesn't look better than me or some of the other goalkeepers I've played with. But hey, man, if you got some cool tips and tricks, I'd love to see them. I haven't seen them yet, but
that comment and all, just because I can't make any sense out of it, no matter who says it. I mean, maybe Ibra could say that. That's something I guess I could see Ibra saying. But other than that, it's just such a nonsense statement. And the fact that he said that is ridiculous. And then to edit that and decide to upload it to YouTube is just... It's really just mind-blowing. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm not going to harp on that. Because at least with that, he's not saying he's a professional. He's just, he's just above the professional level. So he's not making, well, it is a false claim because it doesn't even exist, but at least he's not saying he's a professional goalkeeper when he's not. Well, that is until you go to his website, moderngoalkeeping.com, where the first thing you see is a huge banner with a picture of Mike that has from beginner to professional on it. And in case you guys haven't figured it out yet, Mike has never played professional football. As far as I'm aware of, he's never even been in a trial for a professional football team. So he's just blatantly lying here. He's lying to all of his followers, and he's just taking the cheap way. He's trying to get the credit.
Yeah, this dude don't play for the New York Red Bull. I literally play and work with the goalkeeper for the New York Red Bull from last year, and this says this is from last year, and he is currently on our team. So, no, this guy is not signed for the New York Red Bull or any kind of Red Bull team. And yeah, that's just dishonest. Anybody who knows me, I'm a very honest type of guy. I value it above nearly anything else. And if you're straight up lying to kids, everybody has their own opinion. I'm cool with that. You can have your own opinion on how goalkeeping works. You can even say you're beyond the professional level. That's why nobody signed you, because you're just so good that no one could pay your fees or whatever. When you start lying, I mean, not only is that something that you can easily figure out, but it just makes you look. I'm starting to understand why this guy gets so much hate.
Being a pro when he hasn't put in any of the work to actually accomplish that goal. And it doesn't matter how many FIFA cards you make. I know on the last one, Mike made himself ranked the highest goalkeeper in the game in FIFA 2020. I think he gave himself a 92, and the next closest is a 91. So maybe that's what he means by professional level, but just the fact that there's MLS goalkeepers who get ranked.
Yeah, like I'm not on FIFA. I have not played in the MLS yet. I will be there eventually, but it. Yeah, I wouldn't be rated anything over a 61, a 65. I know Earl Edwards as well, and he's younger than me, and so yeah.
Picture on why so many people are upset with Mike, including myself, why there's so many comments on this post I've made making fun of him, including a handful of other professionals, because he's really just setting up a bunch of kids who don't know any better for failure. If they mirror what he does, because he obviously gives the impression that, hey, if you do this, you can make it to the professional level, and if they mirror what he's doing, they're not going to make it. None of them. Not a single kid who followed Mike's training will make it to the pro level, because it's just, he leaves out too much of what you need for goalkeeping. And that's bad enough. I thought that when I first was going to make this video, the worst thing that I'd find out about Mike, which is what I already knew, is that he was just misleading, lying to a bunch of kids, and just setting them up for failure. That is until I saw this comment pop up a couple times. So when I first saw this comment, I assumed this is just some rumor. There's going to be no video proof of it. It's just something that's spread around the goalkeeping community. And if there was a video of it, it was just going to be, you know, some kid took a dive, he landed wrong, he was probably doing some drill that he really shouldn't have been doing in the first place. But it wasn't going to be anything too crazy. It wasn't going to be 100% Mike's fault. And that's what I really did. I was giving Mike the benefit of the doubt until I saw this video.
Doch.
And honestly, this whole video is just an absolute mess. Mike's constantly putting this 12-year-old through drills that you do not want a 12-year-old doing. I've worked with 12-year-olds when I'm coaching with DC United's Academy. You just focus on building tech.
Okay, so that took a bigger twist than I thought. I mean, yeah, that drill that he was doing was not adequate. He's right in terms, if you're a young goalkeeper, I mean, even until you're 12, 13, 14 years old. I didn't start playing full-time in the goal until I was 16 years old. And that's just because you needed to develop everything about yourself. You need to be a good goalkeeper, a good soccer player. You know, you need to have a different type of training that focuses on technique rather than diving upper 90. And because you're never, especially at that age, how many kids are going to hit upper 90? Once a year, if that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, new content coming out. I'm going to try and do it on a weekly basis now that we're in the off season. Off season is time to get some stuff done that you don't have time for in season.